to Laker Morning Coffee.
No. We down with Mello, but we ain't that. Welcome to Knicks Morning Coffee.
Laker edition.
Got what episode this is, but I'm Mr. King, and y'all know my partner Joe Cool. I know, ain't that crazy about Mello? I'm like, get yours.
Yeah, everybody was asking me, like, Mello coming back to the Knicks. I said, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'd rather him just go to the Lakers.
Yeah.
It's almost like we're gonna try to go back. Knicks are trying to get, go back to that 4th, 5th seed.
Mm-hmm. No, that's good for you.
Let Melo get a ring.
Yeah, go for yours, Mello. Good for you. All right, so today is August 6th. So we know today is the official day now that teams can sign their players. So, of course, a lot of movement was being made. But if you remember last year, the year before, some people, they backed out of their deal.
Wasn't that Kawhi?
Yeah, a couple of people did it. They backed out of their verbal agreement.
Oh, yeah, Kawhi did it to the Spurs.
So,
right?
So that, I guess the case of this was happening now. It was just speculation that it could happen, but people trying to grab up that money early while they can. So in our case, with the first official day, how did we do? So I say Evan Fournier is a really, 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 really good pickup for us, right? And then adding Kimba makes our free agency a success.
Yeah.
Adding Kimba to that. So I know I back and forth on Instagram with some people about we didn't spend right in our salary. No, I mean, remember we talked about a few weeks ago that first the Knicks might sit free agency out.
Yeah.
So even all we had to do was fill a need. And we supersized that need because we needed a 3, right, that could get us 20 points a game. And we needed a starting point guard.
And shooters.
Yeah, but I'm just talking about the original need first.
Yeah.
That you got to fill first. You had to have, because you could have just went and got a shooter, and then you could have still been lacking somewhere. So we had to fill those needs, the real needs. We needed a point guard. So you trying to tell me Kimba, even after all this time, he's still not a primetime guard? Like, we don't got a primetime ball handler that we really ain't never had, probably since like Marbury and Crawford and them.
Yeah, so I remember saying if we just had somebody better than Elfrid Payton. I'm not saying Elfrid Payton was just a bad player, but we needed somebody that was more into the game.
Well, we wanted an upgrade.
Rose,
we wanted an upgrade
for what we had
at some position. So at the 1 and the 3, those was my key position though was the 3. Because we have enough scoring that if you had a 1 that was just a facilitator, you could get by with that. Right? Because no matter what you say about Payton, he still was a starting point guard on a 4th seed. But again, Kimba is a 100% upgrade over Payton. Now we might lose, and then Fournier is an upgrade over Bullock. Now Bullock will lose some of his defense, but look what we're going to get in the steady offense. Like Fournier is going to give us a steady diet of 16 to 20 something points a night.
The defense wasn't amazing.
But Bullock had times where he shut people out.
Yeah,
he gonna shut them down.
But it was more so team defense.
Yeah,
to me, it wasn't like somebody just locked somebody up all game.
Yeah, but I mean, he made
was team defense.
Yeah, but he did his spots. He did his job though. He did his job in putting them on people, making it uncomfortable for them. But it's the fact that people now they'll shoot no matter what.
Yeah,
they'll shoot from the hash mark. So you're not gonna stop nobody from getting certain numbers, but you can make them uncomfortable. So to me, he did that. But just the fact that we didn't get Dame and Kawhi, all right, but we, in a sense, you could almost say we got the next best thing. So,
but this ain't even the next best thing.
Well, it's not.
This is what I was saying that we should do last year because I knew we wasn't gonna get a Dame or Kawhi. So it's not this is like plan A2 to me. This is not plan B. This is plan A2. Keep the team you got, upgrade for better and not for worse.
Right.
So
right.
And there's people that technically kind of want to come to the Knicks. So Fournier said, "I'm not signing with the Boston." It's New York, so I'm gonna go over there.
Well,
Kemba said, "Buy me out, and I want to come to New York." So more players that want to come to New York.
Well, no, again, we technically don't know that part because we've been used for so many years. Now, here's the devil's advocate part to that is when we're talking about Dame and Kawhi. Leon Rose and Worldwide West, y'all are brought in. Y'all were brought in to lure those players to New York. So now this is your third or third attempt, right? So at some point, this is what y'all going to be measured on. Now, again, we don't have to have them because Giannis proved you don't have to have all them superstars. You just have to have guys play in their role, right? And it might be playing as a superstar in a superstar role like Drew Holiday or Middleton, particularly Middleton because he did it on the regular. But y'all, Leon and West, y'all are going to be measured on what y'all brought to New York in terms of a superstar because those are relationships that y'all had with everybody since they was in grade school. And you trying to tell me with all those relationships, y'all can't get them to come over here? Y'all should be turning 2 or 3 of them away with the relationships that y'all got.
So, all right. So I'm going to play devil's advocate.
We can't both be the devil, man.
But I'm coming back with you.
All right, go ahead.
Isaiah Thomas, when he got all those pieces and he was like thinking about the future.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? He's like, why you trading so many picks? Why you spending so much money? Why you doing this? You don't think they're doing a better job of being transparent and holding on to our core and our picks and our money?
No, that's what I want them to do.
But that's what I'm saying. So
no, that's why I said
trying to lure somebody might cost them.
Right. No, I want them to keep our core together. But also, I'm just trying to say, aside from that, with Leon and Weston, y'all relationship is supposed to be that y'all can bring the big names to New York, like they thought Phil Jackson would do. No, they're doing right to add on, because again, in 3 or 4 years between Toronto winning with just Kawhi and Giannis, and Milwaukee winning with just Giannis, they're proving that you don't need a big 3. You might not even need a big 2 if you played a certain way. And Milwaukee was taken off in that series with Phoenix because even though Giannis had the ball the last game, he went crazy. But he was doing that off the ball a lot. Filling the wings and filling the gaps. So if you can get the stars to play off the ball, you make your team better. Yeah. And that's what Milwaukee, that's what Budenholzer was able to do. He was able to get Giannis off that ball. Now the last game, Giannis just took it and went off, but he was hot. But that's all I was trying to say was that you want to just get better this year, because there was some shooting. It was some shooting and some decision making at our point guards that get us in the offense that cost us to advance. So and we filled those needs because remember this segment is about people who felt we didn't do right by our $50 million. And I think we did right by our $50 million. And then even to combat that, the talk of, and I was going back and forth too with 2 people on the Instagram about giving the contracts out that we did give people. Like Randle, we had to give that extension because Randle could have sat this one out and be up for like $200 million on the open market if he duplicated this year, regardless of what he did in the playoffs. So in that sense, we got him on the cheap, right? Then you have Fournier and all them guys that we give the 3 years to, and we give out a lot of 3 years this time. So that's what hurt us from last year. If we'd have gave out 2 years, like 3, if we'd have gave the same contract we gave them guys, 2 and an option. If we'd have did that last year, we'd have been better equipped to bring in a star under the right money. Because we didn't have half our roster, we didn't have them in free agency. So now that's kind of smart of the Knicks. You give all them guys a 2 and an option. So when that deal comes along, you have the assets to do it. You don't got to do the sign and trade. You have the assets. You could take 2 or 3 of your players who got 2 and 3 year deals, and then you can parlay them into another big play if you need be. But we didn't. The only way to do that this year was they had to give up all the young pieces that we didn't want to give up, which was IQ, RJ, Mitch, and I guess possibly Obi. You would have had to, because those are the only guys you had under contract. So you would have had to give them up to get a piece. So that could have been their thinking of when they said they were going to sit out free agency. Because why would you have given, as much as I remember, I wanted Evan Fournier last year in free agency, if you remember. I wanted him or Jabari Parker at 3 to go into the playoffs with. So why would you give him 3 years if maybe you can't move him in a year or two? You know, so, and same thing with some of the other guys that we re-signed. We gave them 3 years. Why would you give them 3 years? Because now I have the assets to move people. So, I mean, it's hard to say what the Knicks could have done because there's still some people that was left on the board. You know, one of my big ones was still on the board at the time was Dinwiddie. You know, what could we have had? Maybe if we had the pieces under contract, we could have made the deal with the Nets.
I think that was money. Because now looking at Dennis Schroeder, I didn't really want him anyway, but he turned down what, $20 million a year, 20-something million.
Yeah, he had $84 million contract.
But my thing is, y'all lost. Niggas didn't even make the playoffs.
Yeah, but well, I mean,
they barely made the playoffs, and you won $20 million.
Well, he was going based on how he played, and somebody did say, I was watching the NBA channel last night, how he's still worth it. He ain't gonna get it now because nobody got that kind of money. But it's hard to play with LeBron. You can't be a point guard. Can't be a point guard playing with LeBron.
Yeah, they can't.
It's impossible.
But I feel like some of these players got to realize, at some point in your career, either you're a superstar, you're a good piece.
He's worth it, Joey.
No, he's worth it.
He just that his agent should have. You got to, because a team, his agent got to get in there and will and deal and say, look at his numbers when LeBron is hurt. Look at his numbers prior to coming to the Lakers, playing with LeBron. Because you don't have the ball to do the freedom stuff to do when you're playing with LeBron.
Yeah, but how worth it would he have been if Knicks had a choice of Dinwiddie, Schroeder, and Kemba? Who you would take? Now,
looking at all three, I would look at, I actually like Jackson. Well, in that case, I'm taking Dinwiddie.
All right,
but not so much just to be my point guard because he's a combo guard. But I'm taking Dinwiddie only because he has that. Now that he left us, I hate to even give him a compliment because I couldn't stand him with the Nets. But he has that killer. He got that killer, that inside driving to the basket, shooting threes. He got that it thing that would have helped us. And it ain't even too late because his deal for Washington could just be a 1-year deal, or that ain't gonna work either over there. With Bill. But we could have used his killer instinct. The thing with Kemba is that we finally have, we got a distributor, right? Because he'll pass the ball. He holds on to the ball a lot, too much dribbling. But we have a guy that, we always want that guy that can be freak with the ball. And New York, we ain't had that kind of New York guard in a long time.
Have a change of heart, like Derrick Rose. He might pass first until you feel like nobody's scoring.
Well, you're gonna have to pass. That I'm not even worrying about that. I'm just saying that I would deal with whatever faults he bring because he got that kind of handles. And we ain't had a guy like that. We ain't had that kind of shrewd, clever, you know what I'm saying? I can trick you into going this way while I go that way type of guard. We ain't had that in a while. So, so for that alone, we already played exciting last year. So imagine the kind of excitement he's going to add to the game. That's going to be incredible. So my thing about the $50 million, we did what we had to do. And then even on the top of that, we re-signed our core guys that got us there last year. So much for Randle and RJ. Yeah, but Rose, Gibson, and Burt were the ones that primarily got us there. Yeah, and Pinson. You see how happy I am to give him back that two-way? I would like to see him on the regular roster, but you don't have to. Yeah, now I don't
know if you're gonna get into this, but something that troubles me is somebody got to go to the D League.
Well, yeah. Well, a lot of people gonna have to end up going because you got to look at. Okay.
Brian look like he gonna be all right.
Okay, so this is our projected. And we was talking about it earlier. Our projected starting lineup, right? So, Kemba, RJ, right? Fournier, Randle, and Mitch. Yeah. No brainer. And then our second unit. Well, I'm pretty sure they're probably gonna start Mitch. And for one reason, you know what Nerlens is gonna give you. So you start Mitch. If he don't got it going or you get in foul trouble, then you can bring Nerlens in at any minute. which will be better for you. And then the second unit, Rose, IQ, Burks, Obi, and Noel. That means somebody is odd man out, right? Because you got to look at Grimes. You got to look at Taj. If you keep Knox, you know he's not the favorite. But again, if you don't have to get rid of Knox, keep him on your roster. If you don't have to get rid of him right now, save him. And then you got to talk about some of the other, like Grimes is a keeper. We know that. Then you got to talk about some of the other guys. Like we still gonna need another big man. You got Todd, so one of the drafted big guys. Are we keeping one of them? You know, so
Jericho. You talking about Jericho Simmons?
Yeah, Jericho, and then what's the other one? Because you could carry 15 people on the roster.
I see.
15 people could sit on the bench. So somebody's odd.
Like I said, depending on how McBride, I think them foreign dudes are probably going to the. I don't think they're playing.
Somebody.
I don't see Luka. I think I see what they like about Luka. I said it to the homies yesterday. I said I think they like his shooting. But now that we got Fournier, I don't even think they probably even care about him anymore.
Yeah, so I mean it's hard to say.
Minus him, right? And then I see. What we have,
well, they're not going to bring. First of all, they're not going to bring Luka over here and put him on a G League at this point. So if he's coming, he's going to be on the main roster. I can't see him coming over here now.
Summer League though.
Yeah.
In the Summer League.
Yeah, he's going to play. His name is on the roster.
So are they going to just let him go if he's not?
They would cut him because I was reading something too yesterday because they still may be trying to make another play. So some people that we signed could be signed to move. We don't even know. Could be re-signed. Like Burke could be re-signed to move because you got Grimes, right? So you bring him over here, you could cut him, and I think that's going to save them some money if they're making another move, whichever it is.
Well, I did feel like they was probably waiting in the Summer League to see how they translate.
Yeah, because Burke is not a guarantee. Because you got Grimes, where does that leave Burke and RJ? Because you have Grimes. Like, what does...
Yeah, the same way I felt about Quickly is the same way I feel about Grimes and McBride. I feel like, Quickly, I couldn't tell until I seen him in the summer. I was like, yeah, I think he need to play. Matter of fact, I think it was preseason. Quickly came in preseason. Remember, he came in like late one game. And I said, man, I think he looked like he need to play. I remember we had that conversation.
Yeah.
Then the next game, they played him more minutes. And I was like, I think he need to play.
Yeah, I remember.
So now I see McBride. We was laughing about this last night. He put Quickly in the bundle real quick. Stop, pull up like a Kemba Walker. I said, maybe he's sitting on that bench.
But you got McBride and Rose. You got Kemba and Rose. That's what I'm saying. There's going to be another point guard on the bench. Who is it going to be? Is it going to be Fedoza or is it going to be McBride? Fedoza could be a salary cap casualty, depending on what they're trying to do. Because now the Knicks have options.
Yeah, I think he's getting traded or cut. I think Knox is getting traded.
Yeah, but I'm saying even somebody that they signed could still get traded. Some of them can't get traded probably until if it was to start regular time, it would have been in December. So depending on when the season's going to start. But when you sign certain players, then certain players you can't sign until they have that first deadline that comes up. So they definitely got something up their sleeve.
Yeah, I can't see nobody getting traded unless it's an upgrade for a certain position.
Well, this is my thing with Burke.
I know it's not going to be because of salary, because I feel like our salary is going to be good no matter how you flip it, like with 3-year contracts. And
well, yeah, but again,
we're not getting so much money. Teams are going to be willing to, I think teams going to be taking players because they salary.
Because they're friendly, yeah. And that's why they did it.
Our salaries are fairly decent. Even Randle, when I look back at it, I was joking around saying, nah, he need a pay cut. Man, I told the homie, I said, matter of fact, I would give him $1 million for every point he scored in the playoffs.
Oh, I'll take that.
You know what I mean? Like, that's what I would give Randle. Every point he came in the playoffs, that's how many mils he should get.
Well, that's probably what he got.
But if he
but it's still a friendly contract.
He would have got out the first round. I think he would have got that $200 million.
Well, he couldn't. This is the thing. He couldn't get it till next year though. He would have had to opt out to try to go for it.
But I told you, he better not opt out. I said it. I said if he don't kick it in high gear, he He better not.
Yeah, I ain't think he would opt. I mean, smart money. If he knew he could do this every year, what he did in the regular season, if he had the kind of playoffs he had, he might have opted out.
Well, it's gonna be easier for him now. It's gonna be easier because they're gonna have to guard Kemba, no matter how.
Well, not only that, Kemba will help find the other people.
And like I said, Grimes, I don't know. He might be. I think the way he carries it. So I think his character, because the way quickly carried himself, the way Grimes carries himself, it's almost like a grown man, right?
Well,
McBride, I ain't hear him talk yet, so like I'm still iffy on him. Like I am Obi, like Obi, he's still a kid.
And so you got,
so it took him a while. You can still see he's excited to be on the Knicks. McBride, I'm not sure. Like I don't know if he's there to, like he's ready to go.
No, he's ready to. Remember, he was talking junk too. He wasn't just like Grimes talking junk. When I seen this thing, he's talking. You know, some people are like to get passed over, and then a lot of these guys they balled against these other top guys. You know, during their college career.
No Tibbs don't play rookies, but just for a thought, if McBride is really that good, who minutes do you take? Do you take Derrick Rose minutes or do you take?
See, that's another thing. They brought Derrick back, so by bringing, see the thing, that's hard to say because. It's gonna be. It's gonna be sit wait. No, but it's gonna be sit wait your turn because between Derek and Kemba, one of them is getting hurt. It that's just their career. I don't care if it's for 2 weeks or it's gonna be for a month. One of them is gonna have to sit out several times during the season, and that's where the beauty of McBride will come in at because it's just guaranteed that one of them is gonna be if Kemba goes out, Derek can start. Then you can bring in McBride.
Like I see RJ, if he don't bring his A game, I could see Grimes taking his spot and RJ getting traded next year.
Well, I could see that too, and I wouldn't be mad at that because especially if Grimes is a A1 defender on top of it.
I see Grimes playing,
and he can hit the jumper.
He's playing defense. He's taking it to the hole. He picked number 8 because he like Kobe. He's coming in like I'm ready. With 3 years of college. You know what I mean? This is Tibbs kind of guy. He got shooting.
And he's one of the best players coming out of high school. It just didn't work out at Kansas. So that doesn't take away from his ability.
Where they put him, I don't know how tall he is, but I don't know if they're going to.
Nah, he's like 6'5". He's in that same thing as Barrett. Nah, he can play 2.
But if he goes to the 2 and RJ don't come with more, he's taking RJ's spot. To
me, he should. If RJ don't bring it, because that's shooting.
And we love RJ, but he look like this dude look like he ready.
What I wanted out of the draft and free agency, and mostly the free agency going in, is that remember I was saying that we need a 20-point scorer in our starting lineup, particularly who's going to be at the 3. So we got that, right? Fournier is going to be a 20-point scorer. Then I said we need a 20-point shooter coming off the bench. Well, by bringing back Burke can shoot, but Burke is really a scorer. So we sort of filled that need. What can offset that is Kemba. Kemba finding the open guy that can knock down the shot. So we still don't have that other dead-eye shooter because Burke is a scorer. He's a scorer who can shoot. But we need that guy that we know we can throw it to him in the corner, throw it to him on the swing, coming off the bench that can knock that down, you know. So, but again, I'm happy with the way that it unfolded. And then who knows? Maybe you keep Knox, and maybe Knox, well, they said he had some stuff he wanted to show off in the Summer League this week, but he's not going to play.
All right, so now question. If we brought in a shooter, who minutes? I got 2 parts to that. If we brought in a shooter, whose minutes are they taking?
You ain't taking nobody minutes because you bring in a shooter, they can just come in periodically in the first half and the second half and get that thing going.
So now, this is where I was conflicted about when I looked at Luka Vildoza. I think that's what they're going to bring him in for.
To shoot?
I think so.
Is he that kind of shooter or is he crafty?
I don't think they're gonna use it for what people think he's gonna. I think he's gonna shoot. I watched a couple highlights. I watched the USA game. I watched a couple of these plays. He's not, to me, he don't even look that good. But I think the way he pull up, we can watch it after we get off there. I think the way he pulls up and shoots, he's not scared to pull it, and I think that's what they're gonna use him for if he stays.
Yeah, if he's a lights out shooter, especially on the swing though, because we got so many people that handle the ball.
Unless McBride is gonna shoot lights out like that, I think that's what they're gonna be testing out come summer league. I guarantee. Yeah,
but it won't be.
I think because they said.
Yeah, but that shooter is not gonna be at the point guard position that we need.
Nick said we weren't shooting. I think they're gonna try to maneuver. Go back to last year, positionless basketball. Right. We just need shooting. It's still slim pickings. Luke, I think, is kind of tall. I don't think he's a short guy. But
no,
I
he's
think
like 6'7".
the way he was shooting, everybody go look it up. The way he's shooting, you can't tell me that he's not about to. He's like his range was extended from Fournier's range. So Fournier, he'll pull up from mid range. He'll pull up at the 3. He'll take you to the basket. This dude look like he just gonna pull it in your face. I don't even care.
Yeah, I mean, the scouting report says that he can shoot. I'm trying to remember because so many things going in my head. I'm trying to remember now how was he? Because okay. Yeah, if he could do that, but so again, now, it's not going to be, we need the shooter, if they're going to put him on the wing.
Yeah, even a 180, what happens if he take Quickly's spot? Because, like I said, I think because Quickly really, for us, pick and roll, pull up from the 3, just pull up, float on the inside. This dude look like he just going to pull it in your face. That's exactly what he looks like. I think they trying to see, because Nick says shooting. That's it. Y'all want to shooters? We got shooters. All we really looking at is Grimes, McBride. Everybody says shooting and defense. Tibbs kind of players. Tibbs don't like rookies. This dude's a veteran. He probably been overseas, for multiple years.
Yeah.
When you see him play, he don't really look that good. I think teams wanted him for shooting.
Damn, so I didn't think about quickly.
Talk to me.
All right, so then the people in jeopardy is RJ, Quigley, and Burt. Those would be the 3 people that would be in jeopardy.
Remember I said...
Because those are the positions.
Yeah, I said Grimes looked like he was Burke's replacement at first. Because even my boy pointed out, he said Grimes looked like Klay Thompson.
I don't know about
listen.
I know you said that.
We got to go live, and we gonna pull up these videos. And I said,
I know I like him, but you
I said, you know what? Because I was saying Kawhi.
What?
But Klay, defense, guard on the ball, get you in transition, pull up from the mid range, pull up from 3. I'm not sitting there saying handle. I'm saying the type.
Well, Klay got no handle.
So not even exaggeration like Knox. He's a Durant-esque type player. This dude Grimes is
nice.
I think he's a Klay Thompson-esque type player. First I was thinking Kawhi, but like defense. They keep saying screaming defense, but you don't really know how to play.
Klay is. Let me get the difference between Klay and Kawhi first.
Well,
Klay is I'm talking about. Didn't you tell me where he fit? Because they make that ceiling real high. Klay is shoot first and then can drive to a spot. Kawhi is drive to a spot and then he could shoot. Like they 2 different kind of players. So you're saying Grimes, who I think has all the tools, but which one is he first? Is he a drive first or shoot first?
I think he shoot first. I think he's getting the ball to shoot. They said so
without even putting it on the floor.
I think his tendency was he gonna shoot that basket, he gonna shoot it. I think that's what the Knicks went out and got. People that ain't scared just to pull it. Remember they had that problem with Quickly? They said just pull it. They were telling D-Rose just started shooting. That's probably the best shooting he had since he been
been in the league, yeah.
I think they want them to play defense and just shoot the ball. Obi Toppin. Obi Toppin, but what he was doing last year in that corner. Just pull it. Really, to be honest with you, they probably could have just put Knox there because every time they put Knox in the game, he was hitting it. As much as we get on him.
No, I remember the one game where he had 3 threes in a row. They just let him shoot.
Obi Toppin was just pulling. They wasn't even mad at him. They just threw him in there. Yeah. Go ahead, pull it. I think they got these guys because they're gonna pull it.
Well, we need shooting, but But I was just saying, which one did you put? You say you put him in the shooting first because he could do both. And I'm all for him because guys like him. Even like with IQ, when you look back on his college career and coming out of high school, sometimes Grimes went to Kansas, as top player coming out. So it just didn't work out. So you know what he got, and his peers know what he got. But, you know, when you say Klay and Kawhi, then you're talking about a guy who could come in and start for us right now.
But that's what I'm saying. I think these guys can probably start right now.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't mind.
I can say that because we thought Knox can start right now. I remember when
Knox did start.
Listen, I'm not a good judge of character until I can literally see it. I remember I thought Kollectiveny early could play.
He could play.
He could play, but
we just had him. We didn't do right by him. Nah, we didn't do right by him. We didn't do right by him. You know, he was a small. Carmelo was a small forward. He was a small forward. So what was he going to be able to really shine the way he played? And he was used to having the ball too. So sometimes it's situation.
But yeah, I'm not talking about potential with these guys. I'm talking about I really think they're going to come in and they're going to shake up the team and people are going to have to play better. I think this is what's going to make us better. Because now you got to play. There ain't going to be no, he sat Randle down in the playoffs. Like, I don't know, Knicks is a different animal. So they can talk about, oh, this is not going to get us, I think they got us in the play-in again. Last year, they didn't even have us making it to the play-in.
They put us in a play-in?
Wow. Jalen Rose, I think Jalen and Jacoby, they was like, I think they only going to get to the play-in.
Wow. You know
if
what?
I'm not mistaken.
Well, in the preseason, we're going to start to see. But see, this is my other thing, though, with the Knicks. Teams that hit the ground running, because we got some new pieces, being that you did get to the 4, start your rotations from there, right? Then if somebody moves somebody out, then let that. But don't prepare to go to battle from the first preseason game, as if it's the regular game. And then because you know why you got all these guys. You don't got nobody that you don't know why you got them. Now, if somebody supersedes your expectations, then you start making your changes. But we ain't got time to wait for jail. You know, we got to come out the way we left off because you brought back the same guys. So why you bring back the same guys if you're not going to just start your rotation? And that's what the good teams do. They ain't trying to figure out who's coming at the end of their bench. They ain't worrying about that. You get in where you fit in. We already know. We'll see from Summer League. We know why we got Grimes. We know why we got McBride. We know why we brought those over here. Yeah, we can mix and match, in some of them situations. But now that you got your starting cores and your rotations, let that rock out, and then you bring in who you got to bring in.
I'm telling RJ.
Grimes beat somebody out, so be it.
RJ don't get 20. Grimes going to get it.
Not even 20. He just had to be a commanding. Like the open shots, that when the ball swings, you can't be the one messing up the rhythm of the game. Come down court, the ball swings your way, you're wide open, you take the shot. Those things got to be knocked down.
Yeah, I feel like Grimes and McBride, I feel like if it come their way, they pulling it and they hit it.
Well, then
even they Luka, like we gonna watch.
I can see Grimes still in more spots than Grimes.
I seen it for a brief second. I seen the way he was pulling, and I was like, yeah, he pulling like he don't even care.
Well, Sunday is the first game in Vegas. Again, that's not going to give us.
What was the other dude? we had one more guy. Let's just mention his name.
Which one?
Ruckus. I don't even know what he can do. Tell you, I ain't gonna hold y'all. I just went to look at Luka because I'm like, why did we sign him if we not even? Then I seen him playing in the summer league, so it looked like they thinking about using him.
Well, Ruckus, I was liking until they re-signed Burke. Yeah. Unless they re-sign Burke to trade Burke, because you know Burke is 20 points off the bench.
I think. Depending on how the summer league goes, somebody getting traded, somebody not playing, somebody.
Well, it's gonna be our G League team gonna be stacked.
Missing minutes.
Yeah, so. And then some of them big guys that we brought in, like somebody. Yeah, but the key is RJ.
People like Jericho Sims, I don't see him playing over Noel, Mitch,
or not even over Taj. Yeah,
Taj he's a blessing.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Matter of fact,
but again, Taj is insurance.
I probably signed him for 4 years.
But Taj is insurance. Taj is he's gonna.
Contract we got.
I think he got a couple years too.
No, he got 1 year.
He got one. He's gonna sit at the end of the bench until somebody get hurt.
Get somebody 4 year veteran minimum.
4 year veteran minimum. But if Taj will sit at the end of the bench until somebody get hurt. Burke may sit at the end of the bench until somebody get hurt. They may play with it that way because those are insurance policies. Taj wasn't brought in. He was brought in for his veteran leadership. But we know that he can still ball out if he have to. So he'll sit down there and he'll rah, because he knows Mitch is going to probably get hurt and Owens is going to get hurt. And then they call on him. Obi got to come back. Obi and RJ are the ones that really have to come back with improvement. RJ got to come back with improvement in his shot.
Yeah, Obi got to come back, man.
And Obi got to come back doing what he really know how to do.
Yeah, somebody send us some workout videos because I've been trying to see Nick workout videos for the longest. Like, where? I want to see who's working. Like, who's in the gym?
Yeah.
Working.
And again, I wasn't. Somebody asked me about a grade. I'm not giving. I don't no sense for me right now to give a grade because once you for the Knicks and what we did now in this off season. Because once you add Kimba, that goes up. You put Kimba is a primetime guard. Kimba's a primetime guard. Once you can't say what they didn't do on another team because a lot of guys that go to another team and then they, of course, you play better. But having Kimba, he's the first real guard that we had in a long time. Like, Dame don't got no championship. We love Dame, right? Westbrook getting bounced around. He don't got one. All the top guards, John Wall don't got one. Who all the top guards? They don't got no.
I've been saying that for.
Yeah.
I said y'all want these players, and y'all really don't even know why y'all want them for.
Yeah, you don't mind having them, but if you don't get them, it's not end all be all if you don't get them because they don't got no chance. They striving for the same thing we striving for.
And Randle, I know one thing: play the same way, and you better do that same thing in the playoffs. I don't want to hear nothing. We going for 3.
Yeah, and it won't be about Randle. It won't be just about Randle. The good thing about it this time along in the playoffs. So, and that's what the Knicks had to do. You had to bring in people. And then probably by the trading deadline, you may get that other. But Fournier is at least going to be there. Even if he's off, he's going to be a steady diet of shooting. And he can drive, too. But he'll be a steady diet, a guy who wants to shoot. So the Knicks did adding Kimba to that, too, they did very, very, very well. To me.
And real quick, I can see all 4 of our big men playing, to tell you the truth. I forgot we had the other guy, Norman Powell.
Nah, we let him go.
I'm talking about all 4 of them played.
Yeah.
In the playoffs.
Well, because of injury. Mitch wasn't there. Yeah, but injury.
So 3 of them played.
Yeah. Nick's going to play 4 big men. Randall's going to get the bulk of the minutes at the power forward. So then that's where Knox them come in. And then you got Nerlens and you got Mitch. So, and who knows? One of them may be getting traded. Who knows? Hope not, but we could use some low post scoring.
If we don't do anything else, I'm cool with this.
Nah, I'm happy with it. I would like to have gotten some low post scoring. Somebody you can dump the ball down into, and even if they don't score, they can make big man moves and even kick it back out. So, but again, it's not going to hurt you what we brought back.
Matter of fact, I'm kind of mad that Quickly's playing in the Summer League. I kind of don't even want them. I just want to see the new guys.
I want to see him. I want to see what did he work on because Quickly had some stuff he had to work on. Yeah. So what did he? I know he's working on the step back. I've been seeing those videos. He's been working on the James Harden step back.
The way McBride was doing him like that, I gotta show you that clip too.
Yeah, I want to see that. I definitely want to see that. All right, so listen. So we need y'all. We got to grade them now, Joey, because we need the likes. We need the likes so we can get this thing in the rotation.
Subscribe.
And only y'all can do it for us.
255 subscribers. Can we get 300 this week? You know what I mean? We do this every.
Can we get 50 likes?
50 likes.
I'm gonna give us one like.
I got one on it too.
All right, so
maybe 2.
Oh, 2? I can't do 2. All right, if I was at work, I could do 2. All right, y'all. So yeah, free agency is on and kicking. It's still not too late to see who backs out of a deal because they got till 6 o'clock tonight or whatever it is to sign the deals. Or they first start signing the deals today, but somebody gonna probably back out. And we'll see what else the Knicks do because something else is up their sleeve. All right, we already got 15 guys on the roster plus the 2 ways, and somebody else is probably coming or going. Let's see. All right, and if it happens, we're gonna come back over the weekend and just keep it going.
We in New York. Somebody back out of a deal. Somebody gonna back out some Timbs on their head.
As long as it ain't Kimba. All right. Peace.